It is another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the 5 films of August 22nd, 2008. And ordinarily, we'd be in the time when it's kind of the dumping months. The next couple of weeks would usually be the movies that the studios don't believe in. They're usually bad movies, movies that are quickly forgettable, that type of stuff. But not this weekend, at least. We are actually getting a lot of really solid, fun movies all across the board here. Every single one of the movies I'm going to talk about here on this particular week's show are all ranging from really good to surprising to stupid but fun in a way. And why don't we start off with the first movie we have here, the biggest new release of all 5 films, and that is Anna Faris as the House Bunny.
For the past 9 years, Shelley has ruled the mansion.
Hi, Ev. Hi, girls.
Hi, Shelley.
Hi.
Looking good.
But today, she's about to get a wake-up call.
They're kicking me out.
Maybe it's because of your age.
But I'm 27.
But that's 59 in bunny years.
I don't have anything. I don't know what to do.
You need a yacht.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
This summer,
It looks like a bunch of little Playboy mansions.
she's looking for a place to call home.
Do you ladies go to school here, too?
We're the house mothers of the sororities.
This would be perfect for me.
This is not a brothel.
Oh, I'm not looking to make soup.
Try Zeta. Their last house mother was hospitalized with hallucinations.
Awesome.
Now,
Hello?
sometimes when you need help,
How can we be so smart that everyone kind of thinks we're losers?
Greetings, Earthlings.
the person you least expect
My name is Shelley, and I'm here to be your house mother.
will be exactly what you need.
We have to be popular.
Guys like her.
And since guys don't like us, I figured Shelly here could teach us how.
I am just so happy that you guys want me here.
This is Harmony.
Harmony.
And then Joanne.
Joanne. What is that? It's just this thing I do to remember people's names. Natalie.
You hired the exorcist. That's great.
From Happy Madison, who brought you 50 first dates.
Shelly Vince Colby. I'm in love with him.
That's so sweet. How long have you guys been going out?
I've never even talked to him.
By the time I'm done, every girl on campus will want to pledge Zeta.
She's changing their style.
That's it, ladies.
Now we can be the best versions of ourselves. You're pretty pleased with yourself, aren't you?
I am a little proud.
Don't mess with me.
And they're giving her the education of a lifetime.
So I met this boy named Oliver. He didn't fall for any of my tricks. I think I dropped some money over here. Maybe it's over here by this manhole. Ah! That is freaking hot!
Anna Faris is the House Bunny.
What if Oliver doesn't mind a smart girl?
Have you given any thought to who you might be voting for?
I definitely won't listen to what Simon says. He is just so mean. I usually always agree with Paula and Randy. Oh, you meant the president.
I mean, yes, it is stupid to think that a sorority that has Emma Stone, Katharine McPhee, Kat Dennings, who else is in there? What's her name? Bruce Willis's daughter, Rumor Willis. Who else is in there? Keely Williams. Like, yeah, they're not going to get this. They're clearly not going to get anybody to date them because of their, it's the she's all that type of thing. Yeah. We needed Anna Faris to come in and really, clean these girls up and make them look sexy and all that type of stuff. Yeah, this is one of those movies I'm talking about. Stupid but fun. It works because of a lot of different things. You have the story of a former house bunny played by Anna Faris, who signs up to be the house mother of an unpopular university sorority after finding out she has to leave the Playboy Mansion. And basically, she has to leave because another woman in the mansion, played by Monette Mazer, is basically somebody that comes in and tries to take over. And it's funny because Anna Faris is supposed to be 27 in this, and Monette Mazer's character is supposed to be. She was 32 when this came out, so they're not really that far off in particular. It's kind of like Soap Dish a little bit. The plot where, Kathy Moriarty is trying to get rid of Sally Field's character. So she seduces Robert Downey Jr., the writer, on there. It's kind of that kind of a format, but but really the fun of the movie comes with Anna Faris. Anna Faris is somebody that anytime she appears in anything, she will usually elevate even a bad project to something of quality, something that actually makes it worth it, because she's so charming. She's such a beautiful actress, and she's a great comedic actress too. Like she can elevate mediocre material. I mean, the scene where they're parodying, the famous scene from Some Like It Hot, the Marilyn Monroe scene. Like, in the trailer, it's like, her saying that's friggin' hot, but like in the movie, she actually gets to say the F word. It's the one F word you can use in a PG-13 movie, and it's actually really funny the way they put it out there. And also, that's something very interesting about the movie. It's a movie centering on the Playboy bunny that's rated PG-13, and it doesn't suck. And yeah, it doesn't suck because you have all these people that are committed to the role. Everybody is doing their parts very well. You have a lot of really good actors all across the board here. Like I said, Ferris Stone, Katharine McPhee, Kat Dennings, Beverly D'Angelo, you see in the trailer there. You also see Colin Hanks in there. I mean, Christopher McDonald also has a role in here as well. Yeah, it's a formula film. It's a film that clearly is taking a lot from, the Revenge of the Nerds formula, except nowhere near as raunchy or as maybe a little PC for the time maybe a little PC for the time is for now around this time period. But in the end, it really doesn't matter because the movie is a lot of fun, and for Fred Wolf, he needed this after Strange Wilderness earlier in the year. This really showed what he can do as a director as a whole. This is really his best film as a director as a whole. And again, it works because you've got so many good, talented people who can elevate the material and make it work, especially Anna Faris. And it's a really good movie. It's a really fun film. It's a very enjoyable movie. Silly, stupid, absolutely. Fun? Oh, most definitely. And speaking of movies that are stupid, silly, and fun, that's the perfect way to describe our next movie, Jason Statham in the remake of Death Race.
The drivers are convicts, and the rules are simple. There are no rules.
That's entertainment. Burn me? You can shoot me, but you can't kill me! On August 22nd.
Sure you're up for this?
Drive to survive.
Good show, huh?
Death Race. Rated R. Starts August 22nd.
I think we're starting to realize here that once you take Paul W.S. Anderson away from the Resident Evil movies, he actually can be a decent action director. I mean, Alien vs. Predator worked once you got rid of all the stock characters, and the second half of the movie is pretty awesome. And this film is pretty awesome, too. After that, it's after Resident Evil, after 2010, that's another story altogether. But Death Race in 2012, remember this was still around the time when we all thought 2012 was going to be the end of the world thanks to the Mayan calendar. But in 2012, amid economic chaos and high unemployment, Americans watched by the millions as criminals with life sentences race armored cars on Terminal Island. 2/3 of the combatants die, but the winner may earn his freedom. On the day he loses his job, Jason Statham, as a steel worker, is arrested for his wife's murder, sent to Terminal Island. He is offered it out by the steely and manipulative warden Claire Hennessy, played by Joan Allen. Race as the popular mask-wearing but now-dead champion Frankenstein, or rot in prison. Jensen makes the bargain. As the three-stage race approaches, he realizes that the whole thing may be a setup. Can an anonymous man beyond a mask get revenge and win his release? So yeah, this is a remake, of course, of the original Death Race 2000, although it's marketed as an original, but some might say it's a prequel, but I don't know. It's basically a remake. Sylvester Stallone was in that movie, by the way, Death Race 2000, and some really funny, cheap kills. I know there's one in particular where there's a construction worker, and Sylvester Stallone's driving a car with some kind of knife in front of it, and it's this really lazy looking death where the guy gets it through his crotch, and the way he screams is just like it's not even a real scream, but it's so hilariously bad. Like, I can't help but laugh about it, and that's really the best way to go into this movie. You can't help but know going into it that it's going to be really stupid, it's going to be really silly, and if you can do that, you can have a ball with this movie, and I certainly did, because, yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's one of the more chaotic, stupid films you could possibly imagine, and it works because the actors are completely game on it, kind of like with The House Bunny. Jason Statham can make stupid stuff like this work as well as it can. I mean, the Crank movies have been the perfect example of that. And it's just a good, fun ride. It's a silly, stupid, fun film. We're getting a lot of we're in that time period where usually we're getting a lot of bad movies, but here's a film that basically says, we can be, we might be a bad movie, but we can at least have fun being bad with it, because there are a lot of moments in here where it gets completely ridiculous and stupid, and Yeah, that's part of the fun of it. It's a really silly movie. It knows exactly what it is. It's just a good fun time all across the board. It's not insulting the intelligence of a loyal fan base like the Resident Evil films do, but this is a good fun time. Silly, stupid, violent as hell, crazy, insane, but a lot of fun. I enjoy the hell out of this movie. Death Race is one of those. Not even a so bad it's good guilty pleasure movie. It's just a good fun time all across the board. I mean, go into it knowing what you're going to get, and you're going to have a good time with it. I know I did, but anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next movie we have here. A movie directed by Fred Durst, that Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit, and it's a movie with Ice Cube and Keke Palmer. I mean, what movie could this possibly be?
See, not looking that good this shit. Dude, Curtis.
He was a hero who lost his way.
I used to play football in high school. That's pretty good, too.
He was a loner who didn't belong.
Is this like the nerd table or something?
Ma, everyone hates me.
Curtis, I need your help. It's about your niece, Jasmine.
What's wrong with her?
I really need somebody to hang out with her.
I don't even like kids.
Don't you know she's still waiting on her no-good daddy to show up?
Go get Dr. Phil or the dog whisperer.
Who are you here for?
Jasmine, tell me.
Would you like to tell the kids what you do?
You know, I did all kind of entrepreneurial endeavors.
He sold makeup.
It wasn't makeup. It was beautification products.
Now,
You gonna talk to me or what?
two people with nothing in common
Jasmine, throw me that ball. Come on, girl, throw it. Do you know what a down and out is?
are about to take a chance
Receiver number one, Beyonce. And my personal favorite, Tyra Banks.
on something that's never been done before.
Girls don't play football.
You good at this. How's the team?
Not quite there yet.
I might have something that'll help get you there.
I'm not letting her put her hands under my King Kongs. Don't you mean your ping pongs? Hike the ball.
Yeah, you on the team.
Coach, we ain't changing in front of her. She's a girl.
Wow. Got a little dirt in your skirt? You gotta knock her out of her training, bro.
Beyonce! Beyonce! She ain't the only girl on the team no more.
Yeah, I bet this is what you were all expecting the directorial efforts of the guy who sang the song Nookie would give us. But, yeah, this was a very odd pairing. Ice Cube, Keke Palmer, and Fred Durst as the director. But, and what's even stranger is that they made a slightly enjoyable, fun little sports film. You have Keke Palmer playing Jasmine Plummer, who is the first girl to participate in the Pop Warner football tournament with the Harvey Colts, led by head coach Richard Brown Jr., and Ice Cube plays her uncle, Curtis Plummer, and yeah, it's definitely a movie that you look at and you think to yourself, okay, we've seen this formula done before so many times, there's no way this could possibly work, and yet, somehow it really does come together. I mean, yeah, it's a formulaic story, it's basically the underdog sports story, but when you have actors that are game and can make it work, it could work really well. I mean, you've got Ice Cube, who really gives a really good performance in this. It's a very underrated performance, and it makes you realize, yeah, this guy can actually act. He's not just a rapper and or Craig from the Friday movies, what is he in? I can't even remember what's his name in Barbershop. I should know this. I'm sorry. I'm holding you up here, but come on. What the hell's his name? Calvin. Like, I've seen the Friday movie so many times before, but then you realize that when you look at Ice Cube, it's just like, oh yeah, this guy was in Boys in the Hood. This guy can act, and he really does give a good performance here. And Keke Palmer, this is, I believe, her first movie role after Akeelah and the Bee really brought a lot of people's attention to her, and she continues to show why she was a really good actress in the making here. And of course, now she's become a really good actress now with stuff like Nope and One of Them Days. But yeah, to expect all this from a movie from directed by the guy who sings for Limp Bizkit of all things, like, that's the most baffling thing about the film. But even more baffling is just how the film surprisingly works really well here. I mean, you've got a lot of really good talent here, and you know, there's a really lot of good direction here. It's a very good little sports film. It's not a movie that's asking you to be smart about this. It just wants to give you a good time here with a very formulaic storyline here. But you know, a lot of these movies have a lot of that. We have a lot of these movies like this. The Mighty Ducks movies, you know, Major League, Little Giants. well, maybe not Major League. I know they made them into PG-rated movies in the years since the R-rated one, but mostly the Mighty Ducks and Little Giants. I mean, stuff like this, we've seen this done before so many times, and yeah, it's corny. It can really be formulaic on a number of different levels, but when they work, they work. I mean, a lot of those, I like the Mighty Ducks movies. I like Little Giants. I like Rookie of the Year. I like The Sandlot. And I really like this movie. I think it's a very interesting idea, you know, this whole, especially nowadays where, you know, we have all these people that say that girls can't play football with the boys and all that. Well, here's a movie that's telling you, yeah, apparently you're wrong on that because here they come. And yeah, because here comes them telling you that. And it's just like, yeah, they're telling you, yeah, girls can play football, and yeah, they do a pretty good job of handling that. How many times have I said yeah during the last 30 seconds? But you get the point I'm trying to make. This is a really good movie. It's a very well-made film with a lot of really good actors, and it shows that, hey, Fred Durst has some life as a director, and then funny enough, his last movie as a director was the memeable mess that was The Fanatic, which is a so bad it's good movie, but this is a film that it's got its heart in the right place. It's a very good film. It's got two great leading actors in the front to make it stand up on its own. And it's just a good, fun little heartfelt film. It's a really good movie. I highly recommend checking it out. It's definitely a very underrated film with these two actors involved. The Longshots. It's definitely worth a watch. So with all that said, let's go ahead and move on to the second movie featuring Emma Stone this week, starring Rainn Wilson, and that is The Rocker.
Matt's in a band, playing the prom.
Which is the only way he'd ever get to go.
I swear, if you don't stop annoying me, I'm gonna shave your head in your sleep.
I'd still be the pretty child.
I kinda got suspended from school and I can't play prom. Let's start looking for a new drummer. I could ask my uncle. 20 years ago, he was an original member of the hottest band in the world. They want you to replace Fish. Fish will land on his feet, right?
Trainers! Start the band, man! Start the band! Leave it awesome! You fill me out just like that!
Hey, Uncle Rob.
No, I will not buy beer for you and your friends, nor will I rent you my password to porn sites.
I was just wondering if you'd play the drums with us. Yeah, just for one night. This gig is the closest I'm ever gonna get to ladies.
You're looking to score. I can respect that.
We're on in 5 minutes.
We're headlining. We shouldn't be going out until at least 11.
It's the prom. It's over at 11.
ADD just landed itself a new drummer.
I have a way we can practice.
Mic check. Is this thing on?
It's not a microphone, Uncle Rob. It's a camera. It's not a mic.
I can hear you.
I'm gonna take a little noodle break.
Hello, YouTube.
Dude, the naked drummer is huge.
You know what that sound is? That's the sound of the money truck backing up to your front door, Hoss.
That sound also means that people are steering the hell away from this movie, and unfortunately they did, because this thing ended up becoming a box office bomb and did not do very well with critics. But I was one of those people that went to go see the film, and I will tell you that you guys missed out on a pretty good, underrated little film from the director of The Full Monty, Peter Cattanel. But this is a story about Rainn Wilson, who plays a failed musician who goes on tour with his neighbor's band after one of their songs goes viral. And you have Jeff Garlin, Josh Gad, Emma Stone, as I said, and her then boyfriend Teddy Geiger in the film as well. Or in fact, are they married, or are they? I don't know if they're married or not. I think they were engaged at some point. No, they're not married anymore. I see that she's married to somebody else, Dave McCary. But I know that the two of them were together for a little bit. I think when this movie came out, I don't think I'm wrong on that. I thought I remember that they were dating at some point, but that's another thing altogether. But the movie itself, I mean, yeah, the trailer didn't look that impressive to begin with. I mean, it looks basically like Dwight Schrute. Just, you know, if he got fired from Dunder Mifflin, and, you know, he used to be a rocker back in the day, and, like, yeah, lazy jokes, like the whole thing with what Jason Sudeikis was doing at the end there. But when you really delve into this movie and you actually see it, it's a lot better than it actually puts on. It's got a good script by Wally Wolodarski from The Simpsons and Maya Forbes. The cast overall makes it work as a whole, and it is a very funny movie. It's a very stupid film, yes. There's a lot of corny moments in there, and stuff that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and stuff we've seen done before. But, again, like with a lot of the movies that we have here this week, the actors can really elevate it into something really special. You don't even see Christina Applegate in this movie, and she was actually really good in this film in particular. I mean, there's a lot of really good things about the film that I really like a lot about it. It's a very underrated movie. It's definitely one you might want to check out. The Rocker, it's a really fun film, a really enjoyable movie. The trailer makes it look a lot worse than it actually is, but then again, how many other comedies and movies have we seen where the trailers suck, but the movie actually turned out to be pretty good? I mean, that's just my thinking there. So, anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the last film we have here, and that's Steve Coogan starring in Hamlet 2.
They were actors who dreamed of leaving Tucson, Arizona, but no one would give them a chance until one drama teacher came up with a show so offensive, so profane, so stupid, it just might be their ticket to stardom.
Hamlet 2?
Hamlet 2?
The Deuce, correct.
The time machine opens, revealing Hamlet and...
Jesus!
Thanks, Jesus. You got my cell number?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have Satan French kissing the President of the United States of America.
Perfect. I'm glad I'm getting hammered.
What's really going on here?
Jesus is sexy, which leads us on to the musical interlude, Rock Me Sexy Jesus.
I'm revoking permission for my son to appear tonight.
If you sign a consent form, that means you're giving consent. You can't take that form back. You can't take your signature off it. You sign it. You signed consent. So end of deal, okay? End of story. Sorry, you guys, but you totally gave consent.
Nudity and pornography are not permitted.
There's no nudity or pornography. Minimal.
No one is shutting down this play. You want to hit me? You know, I would love it if you hit me. I'm suing everybody!
Hamlet 2. My dad finds out what I've been up to. He's gonna crucify me.
Yeah, 2008 apparently was the year where there was a lot of good underrated songs from movies that did not perform well or were seen as very underwhelming. We just had Pineapple Express by Huey Lewis in the News a couple weeks ago, and then Love Me Sexy with Semi-Pro, and now we have Rock Me Sexy Jesus, and yeah, that's another banger of a song in a film that has a really good, fun concept overall. You have Steve Coogan as a failed actor and recovering alcoholic who moves to Tucson to teach high school drama, where he's plagued by bad reviews, student indifferences, budget woes. He and his wife, who is trying to get pregnant, take in a boarder. There's no teaching limitations. Because the other electives are closed, he finds himself with a large class of seeming gangbangers, and the principal informs him that his drama will be cut next trimester. On a student reviewer's advice, On a student reviewer's advice, Daniel decides to stage his own play, a sequel to Hamlet, in which the prince and Jesus use a time machine to save Gertrude and Ophelia. Can Dana pull something off for once? I mean, yeah, it's another one of those movies that really is stupid and would easily have been tossed to the side of it if nobody really gave it a second glance. But it's a real funny movie, man. It's a really good film overall. The best laughs, I think, are when they actually get to Rock Me Sexy, the Hamlet 2 play itself, which is really well done. It's very funny. It's well put together. I mean, it's a very silly thing. Like, imagine the ending of the big play and the big show and Staying Alive, the terrible but fun Saturday Night Fever sequel. Except this isn't meant to be taken as seriously as Staying Alive does it. Which, again, Staying Alive doing it and doing it very seriously makes it kind of fun in a guilty pleasure kind of way. Here, they know exactly what they're doing, and it's really fun to see. The rest of the movie is good. I'm not going to say it's bad by any means necessary, but the best moments are when they do the show itself. I mean, there's a lot of good talent all across the board here with Coogan, Catherine Keener, Amy Poehler, David Arquette, Elizabeth Shue, Melanie Diaz from Be Kind Rewinds in here, Skylar Astin. This was one of his early film roles before he was in Pitch Perfect. I mean, Nat Faxon's also in here too. There's just a lot of good things about the movie overall. A script co-written by the writer of the South Park movie, and Team America World Police, directed by Andrew Fleming, whose last movie was Nancy Drew, and before that, The In-Laws, which I like The In-Laws remake a lot. This is a fun film. This is a film that is really enjoyable. I say that it definitely gets better once you get to the show itself, but man, the rest of the movie itself is silly, it's ridiculous, but it's a good, fun time all across the board, and it does pay off in the end, so it does make it a film that you might want to check out. Hamlet 2, it's definitely a film I'd recommend, it's especially for the play itself, because the play itself is really funny, so that's Hamlet 2. And so with all that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies, and yeah, we're getting to the crap now. We had to wait an extra week before we got to the really garbage stuff, but we are coming up on not even Labor Day weekend, it's the weekend after this, but 4 movies here, 4 forgettable movies, and some pretty bad ones. Vin Diesel in Babylon AD, Don Cheadle in the action thriller Traitor, the Friedberg Seltzer train rolling along with Disaster Movie, Lionsgate coming in now to release it, and College. Remember College, the movie? No, you probably don't, but I do, and yeah, needless to say, it's something that we will delve into on the next episode, so take that for what you will. Not a promising slate of films for the next episode coming up tomorrow, but regardless, if you did enjoy this video and want to see more videos like this, please go ahead and hit that playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. Also, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification button, and the bell, because that's when you get updates on when new videos come out, and we do post new videos here every day. Now, with all that said, I'm off. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, as always, take care.